Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Angelic Alien. It is Reverend Raven Sowell, and it is my absolute pleasure to be with you on today. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. For those of you who are coming back, welcome back, darling. It is always a beautiful thing to have you in the space. If you find that the information within my videos resonates with you, I ask that you still go within to your own most high to see how you should be utilizing the information provided for you in my readings. If you are interested in any of my services, you can check those out below in the description. Okay. Let's go ahead and evoke for spirit. We thank you, Mother, Father, God, for your presence, for your love, and for your light. We thank you, holy angels and holy ancestors, for your presence. I thank you for allowing me to be a clear channel at this time for the collective, bringing about only the messages that serve their highest good. I thank you, Archangel uh, Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel for your presence. I thank you, all loving Mama Aset, Holy Spirit, for your presence. I ask that you bind all negative energy that is sent in my direction, and it is sent back to the one source creator for the divine judgment, okay, and ruling. I thank you, Archangel Zadkiel, for your presence, helping me to guide through stagnant energy to help to heal and bring forth information to the collective. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All righty. Okay, so we're going to start with some of the cards, some of the messages from the cards that I have made. We thank you, Mother, Father, God. What is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective? We thank you so much. The behavior change is required along with the reforming of your mental state. So, a behavior change is in the process of being made. Understand that Spirit also is saying that you need to reform your mental state as well if you want the behaviors to remain changed. Okay. Um, you have to come to an understanding that the way in which your thoughts are processing is why you behave in a certain way that you behave. So, a reforming of your mind is important. Your mental state is important at this time. Additional message. So, coffee is a sacrament. So, some of you are using coffee as a sacrament or being called to recognize that coffee is a sacrament for you, that you actually are partaking in with either a passed on loved one or a spiritual deity that you are working with. Okay. It is held in very high regards within your ancestry. Okay. Coffee. So that's something that you can also put out on your altar, right? You can put that on your altar. If you have an ancestral altar, you can offer them coffee because they see this as a sacrament. Okay. And some of you probably already do that. Understand that this is a confirmation that that your ancestors or the deities in which you are working with, they do enjoy that. So keep it up. All right. Get one more from here, please. One more. Do we have one more here? Yes, there's one more here. And take this one. Take that one. Yes. So the question is, understanding, right? What do you want out of this life? So, some of you may be in a space of where you are questioning what is this life about, and Spirit is asking you, what do you want out of this life? Understand that this is a life for you to create. Focus on what you want, not what other people aspire for you. Okay. Also, if there is any self-pity with regards to your life, that is that's the area of the mental state that needs to change in order for behavioral changes to remain. Okay, so if there's any issues with self-pity going on, that is a mental state that is needing to be reformed, to be processed, to be looked at, as to why it has shown up. And then that will also help you to answer this question with regards to what do you want out of life. Some of you may be focusing on things that have happened in the past, which has contributed to current issues or current ways in which you are seeing your world and different behavioral changes that you have found yourself to be in over the like the decades is what I'm hearing. A message here. Yes, yes, yes. Excuse me. Um, throat chakra being activated, being cleared. There's a clearing that is happening with your throat chakra. So you may find yourself either not speaking a lot or speaking a lot to people, telling people all types of stuff, right? Understand that your throat is going through a throat activation and a clearing. Okay. I would suggest doing cleansings in your home. Cleansings in your home. Is there a message in here? Yes, there is. Give it to me. Can we come out? Patience. Patience, okay. So some of you are being asked to practice patience and seeing changes in your life, right? It will take some time. Everything did not get the way it was overnight. Okay, thank you. Ooh, air. Air. So air is all about the energy of the mental state, right? So this is mental magic. This is the mental element. Air, air, air. So you're speaking. What is being spoken also is significant here. What you are speaking over your life is important. It's important. Prayers that you are making now are significant for the future. So be patient with your prayers, be patient with your mental state. Your mental state, your mental state is going through a shift. Okay. Blue jays may be significant for you. Long-term relationships, partnerships may also be significant for you. You may be looking for that, looking for a long-term relationship, looking for a partnership. Recall the lessons learned, right? So recall the lessons that you have learned from the mental state that you are coming out of or currently in. Recall the lessons that you have learned there because that will then also help you with the behavioral changes. You are free to be you. I am free to be me, right? So you are free to be yourself. So there is a reforming of your mind in the way in which you think about yourself, about whether or not you should behave in a certain way. Your behavior change is also going to be more long term as you accept who you are more, right? New relationships to meet the new life, to meet the new you life path, right? So there are new relationships that are coming. New relationships are coming as you are processing and recalling the lessons that you have learned from the previous relationship. There are people who are um, occupying your time, relationship conflicts that are occupying your time and keeping you in this state of loop, in this loop. So, really recalling what you were meant to have within this relationship is significant. Um, Understanding what this relationship brought you to teach you, right? So that you can then make room for new relationships who are going to come into your life that is going to meet the needs of who you are at this point, your new life path, because this relationship issue has been occupying a lot of your mental state, a lot of your time, which also contributes to your behavior. So with this blue jay here, this blue jay inner this blue jay energy, this is you looking for your lifetime partner, right? But the person that you are in this conflict with is not a lifetime partner. This person is also, you may find yourself being in what is considered to be double bind communication with this person. Like they'll say something to you, but then they'll come back around and they'll say something that is contradicting the other thing that they said to you. So, an example of this could be like, be yourself, right? Just be yourself. And then when you are yourself, they'll say something like, "Why are you acting like that? Why do you behave that way? I don't get you, right? I don't understand you." Which then contributes to issues that go on for you mentally, conflict, self doubt, things like that, right? So this is occupying a lot of your time, a lot of your mental state. Okay, so this is significant. In order for you to move past this, it's time to take evaluation to assess what you were supposed to be learning from this relationship and speak your truth with regards to it, right? You got to speak your truth. Even if you're not speaking your truth to them, you have to be honest with yourself, to give yourself a clear report, assessment of what it is that you have picked up with regards to what this relationship is teaching you, what it has taught you, right? Because it's meant to bring about balance within your life. It's meant to bring illumination. It's meant to bring you to a place of confidence. Okay, we have the Angel Tarot here that we are going to bring some clarification on. Get clarification on behavior change. Right there, right? The ego, the devil card. So this is a block. This is a hindrance. This is a toxic, even a toxic relationship, a toxic way in which you behave with yourself, toxic relationship with yourself that is based on a false sense of being trapped. It's like, again, that self-pity energy of, well, it's very focused on the negative. It's very focused on the limitation. It's very focused on that you're not able to do anything different because this is what it is. It's very much in the energy of victimhood. Okay, so changing your mind is going to be very important with this because it is going to help you to get out of that mind state of being a victim. You are not a victim, right? And when you are in a space of where you are in self pity, it just it keeps you binded, right? Right. Okay. The four of I have four of water. I'm sorry, four of air, and the eight of cups. So this is meditating or doing the internal work that you need to identify the negative, to identify the the toxic behavior, the stuff that is no longer meaningful for you. Get out. So this is definitely a time for you to move into spiritual and emotional growth for yourself, while you are in meditation, while you are allowing yourself time for making decisions, right? Um, with this energy, this is allowing you to take more time to rest before you provide an answer to something, that you meditate on it, right? Because again, you're changing your mental state, which is going to actually help to solidify the changes in the behavior that you're having. And if you are moving away from negative emotions, thoughts, things that basically keep you anchored in a lower frequency, if you are paying attention and beginning to process it, as in like you're being honest with yourself, you're talking, yeah, I do that, I do this, these are things that I do. What part, why, from which part of me am I functioning and operating out of this, so that I will know that when certain things trigger me, that I'm acting out of a place or a part of me that had to defend myself in a particular way, because of a lot of negative things that have happened in my life, right? So being able to identify these parts of yourself and actually be able to learn them and to know them helps you to be more in a place of self acceptance and not rejecting it, right? This is like, these are parts of your shadow that end up coming out in other ways, right? In behavior. And so if you actually get into a place of where you connect with these parts and you begin to speak to them and recognize that they are parts of you that have needed love and have needed some connection, then it will help you on a mental frame, in a mental realm, of where you're not judging yourself so much about the behavior, but also you're not actively going into different behaviors that are coming from this mental state. Okay. All right. Um, so this is the recalling the lessons learned there. What do you want out of this life? The Ten of Swords, the Ten of Air. So, what you want out of this life is to bring an end to difficult mental states, difficult situations that have kept you in a space of being in significant pain. With this Ten of Swords here, I think about being I think about being stabbed in the back, right? I think about how you had to go through this terrible ending so that you can become aware of what was no longer serving you. This could even be the recovery from addiction, right? Addiction from personal, from toxic relationships, an addiction from negativity and self pity. This definitely talks to me about addiction with regards to different ways in which you have thought about yourself in your life, that is that what your life is calling you to do right now, what you want out of this life is to bring an end to those difficult situations so that you can move forward, right? But not move forward from a place of like, that did never happen, I don't even know who she is, but knowing the who, what, when, where, how you got there, but also being able to embrace those lower, darker parts of you from a place of love and acceptance, right? Not shaming it, not guilting it, not getting, just got to get over it. None of that. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. All right. And if that's the way you believe, if that's what you feel like you are here for, then Spirit is asking you to take a look at that, because that's a part of the mental state that needs to be reformed. Okay. So, renewal, again, this is the assessment that is happening. This is a review and an evaluation of the facts. right? So this is clarifying, this is a judgment card that is clarifying, recall the lessons learned, right? You are free to be you. It is time to move in a new direction. So in order for you to move into a new direction, you have to stop responding to the same things in the same ways from the same hurt. Right. And the way in which you do that is by reviewing it and evaluating it and collecting all of the information you need to learn from those parts of you so that they can be integrated back into you from an empathetic place. Okay, because these places, these parts of you were created out of being in an environment, being exposed to others who did not meet needs that you needed met, right? And now you are being called to meet that need yourself and to be empathetic to yourself. If you're not able to be empathetic to your own self, then that is a stuck point. That's something that's keeping you stuck. So I am getting here that your ancestors would like for you to do veneration of them because your righteous ancestors are wanting to help to support you because the stuff that you're stuck at isn't all you. It also belongs to stuff that you have picked up from your collective unconscious within your family. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get one more. Thank you. Yes, we have the will. The will. So the will here is, of course, talking about you having come to a place of where it is time to make positive changes in your life. That there are situations that are going to actually move forward that have been stuck, right? And as you have, it felt stuck, because what I'm hearing is this, like, actually you weren't stuck, you were just in that underworld portion of this particular lesson that brings you to the awareness, or brings you the information that you needed to get to get that information with regards to the relationship conflicts that you go through, with regards to the new relationships that may be coming on your path, right? So this Wheel of Fortune is actually faded, and it's a part of what you were meant to go through. You were meant to go through the darkness so that you can truly appreciate the light once you get into it, right? That you will be able to see things from a different perspective. And these new relationships is a part of that Wheel of Fortune that is coming. We have recognition and reward here with the Six of Fire here. So there is victory. There is good news on the way. There is public recognition and reward that is happening, that is coming because of the work that you are doing, choosing to do, or picking up. Again, your ancestors want to help to get you out of this mental cage and limitations that you have found yourself to be trapped in. Those are all illusions. You are seeing things from the filter of the trauma, the filter of these parts of you that are still in the darkness. Okay. So there could be the fear of taking action for some of you, right? Your ancestors are definitely saying that they support you and that they want to be here for you to help you with this, okay? The Two of Fire. The Two of Fire is about planning, preparation, assuming your authority, acknowledging that you have come into your own power, that you have come into your own authority, that through this, you will also be then connected to these new partnerships, these new contracts, so that you can continue to move forward. So, this message is about you moving forward. This message is about you bringing harmony into your spiritual self, right? And which is going to have an impact on what's going on in your mental, and then what is going on in your physical, right? So, this is very significant for someone, all right? Let's do a closing message. Closing message from the angels. Angels among us. The closing message, please. Jesus. Jesus. Forgiveness, compassion, spiritual teacher. Forgiveness, compassion. Jesus. Yeshua is very, very strong with you. Saint Francis is very strong with you. So, communication. You may find that you communicate very, very deeply with animals. You find joy and balance with working with animals. This is something that you want to look at. You want to also recognize how your connection with animals actually help you as well. We have the energy of Saint Francis. The number 22 is significant, and the energy of Yeshua or Jesus here. The energy of Jesus is present. So let's see here. So let's see. Lead with love, listen with love, show compassion and kindness in all you do. Um, da, 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 da. So let's look at this. So, known as the Son of God in the Christian faith, Jesus is also respected and revered in other spiritual traditions and is considered an ascended master to many in the New Age path. Jesus' teachings were and still are about love, compassion, forgiveness, and peace. Jesus was a teacher, a healer, and a spiritual activist, and included anyone in his community who wished to join without judgment. He did not create rules and dogma for his followers. Rather, he invited them to look within and to move through the world with compassion and peace in their hearts and love for all beings. Jesus works with the heart and crown chakra, supporting you in opening up more love, compassion, and higher wisdom. Okay, so understanding that to look at these parts of yourself from a place of not being judgmental, and a place from being compassionate and loving to yourself, to go within to see what you are needing to tap into about yourself so that you can move forward. Right, this is what Jesus is also talking to you about. So, and you are encouraged to invoke the energy of the golden ray of Christ, right? See this golden light of love, peace, wisdom, and courage, strength, and moving into and filling your heart, carrying this energy with you through your day, into your all of your encounters and everything that you do. Okay, so you are most definitely in a space of spiritual healing that is also meant to help you mentally and physically. Okay, so mind, body, and spirit is definitely being communicated right now, right? So let's talk about Saint Francis. Saint Francis here again is animal communication, activism, and service. So Saint Francis, or the Saint of Assisi, Assisi is the patron saint of animals and the environment. Born to a wealthy family, he became disillusioned with the injustices of the world, gave all his worldly possessions away, and devoted himself to a life of solitude, prayer, and service, healing the sick, helping the poor, and tending to animals. It is said that Saint Francis could speak with animals, that he talked a wolf down from a mountain to protect the local sheep, and that he would preach to birds. St. Francis may be a powerful ally for you if you want to communicate and connect with animals on a deeper level, and if you are involved in activism or service work of any kind. Okay, so spiritually, you're being guided to devote yourself to spiritual practices that light up your heart. Make a commitment to yourself and the divine to show up for those practices daily and as often as you can. So this is again about you creating a ritual of some sort where you do include a sacrament, right? So whether or not that practice be you talking to animals, you venerating your ancestors, you going within and talking to the parts of yourself that are a little bit feral, right? Talking to these certain parts of you that in a loving way, so that you are able to rise them up so that you can move forward and be this spiritually forgiving, compassionate person. Is the message, right? So again, that throat chakra is going to be very much in activation during this time. Okay, um, yeah, yeah. That is the message. I hope that this message has resonated with you. If it has, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you are interested in any of my services, please feel free to reach out to me at the information below. Alrighty. Alrighty. I am closing off this channeling and I'm sending back all of the energy to the One Source Creator. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear channel at this time for the collective. I call back all of my energy to me, whole, healed, and transmuted. I send back all of the energy to the viewer that belongs to them, whole, healed, and transmuted. Ashe, ashe, ashe. You be blessed.